1. Welcome back, gamers, to another episode of the Slow
Runcast. Oh, you're still going.
Your screen froze. Your screen froze for a sec, so I was like, "Oh, dude, did I lose signal?" So I was just like, "Ooh, yeah, I don't know." So it is a slow runcast, exactly. I am your host, the Iraqi Balboa, joined by my friend and co-host, as you can see on the screen here, Derwin Luke, looking good in his muscle shirt, ready to go hit
As
the gym
always,
or
as
something.
always.
As always. Yeah, it is summer here. It doesn't stop him. Doesn't matter. You'll always find him wearing that 5 days a year. I do not know how you do it, bro. I'm in a t-shirt right now and I feel like I'm freezing.
No, I'm dying in my room right now. I have the AC going. I wish
guess
I
am
was
in the
like,
basement.
I don't think it would help me. Whenever I come to your house, I'm still cold. Or I'm still pretty warm in your basement. Not cold.
Really? I feel like my basement's freezing. And then the AC in my house is really good, so I don't feel it. But that is not what we're here to talk about. We are here to talk about all the fun and interesting news in gaming this week, as well as what we have been playing. So buckle up your seats and let's get right into it. We want to start with the fun stuff. We want to start with Sony.
Yeah, let's start with the most anticipated thing this week.
Ooh. So we had the Ghost of Yotei deep dive state of play for about 20 minutes last Thursday. We got a look into some of the gameplay mechanics, some of the weapons that are available for what's her name, the main character, Atsu to use. We got to look at how the overall world works, and it seems like they're taking a different approach to the open world design. Not so much like the checklist design of Ghost of Tsushima, but something more maybe akin to a Red Dead Redemption 2 or something of the sort, something more open and more, it meant for the player to kind of explore and discover on his own, where you do little investigations. We got to look at the main antagonist, the Yotei 6, a little bit more story information. And they topped it off with some additional kind of bonuses where they were bringing back the Kurosawa mode, as well as bringing a mode that is influenced based on what's that movie, 13 Assassins, or the 13 Assassins movie? Yeah. Who's the director?
Is that the Ronin one?
Yeah, so that's the mode where there's going to be more blood and more like mud in the combat and like more gore.
Mm-hmm.
They're also bringing in, which is the thing that excited me the most, to be honest with you, lip sync for Japanese audio. So that's going to be great because they didn't have that for Ghost of Tsushima at launch. And lastly, they are bringing in a Samurai Champloo mode where you can listen to lo-fi beats from Samurai Champloo while you kind of explore the world.
That's pretty sick.
That is really cool, yeah. Overall, I mean, I'm excited for this. I think you're excited for this. You just need to finish Ghost of Tsushima before you get full swing into this. But any thoughts, overview?
I'm super hyped for this game. Yeah. I love that you can like basically fight whichever person first. Like it doesn't matter. Yeah. And then you slowly like just build out these investigation cards, and then you can just basically play the way you want to play.
Yep. Yeah. I know there's always been this question in like the open world like game design, like what like do you do the like people are hating on the checklist thing. You know what I mean? The Assassin's Creed, like, here's a bunch of markers on your map, go and do these. Sometimes I actually enjoy that. But I also equally enjoy like the Elden Ring or the Breath of the Wild or the Red Dead Redemption style of like just go and like feel and touch the world and figure it out. So I'm curious to see what Sucker Punch's take is on all of this. But for sure, I think we're gonna have a little bit of a different open world than
the original
Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah. And it seems like there's going to be more open spaces. It's going to be more vast, and less maybe, here's a marker here, here's a marker here, do this.
Yeah. I do like the checklist design. I find that with Breath of the Wild and stuff like that, I get a little bit like too lost.
Yeah.
And like you never know if you can go to that area or not, because sometimes it's like locked behind stuff that you unlock later in the game, like certain skills or abilities. So that I don't really love, but I think if they find a good balance between the two, then I'm there for it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like polarized by it because I know a lot of people hate on the checklist thing, but I like it, and then I equally like the whole like the way I played Red Dead 2 was just like just touch and feel the world and figure it out day by day, and it wasn't like let's do this. There wasn't a list, so I don't know. I'm really curious to see how it plays out. I really want to see this new 13 Assassins mode with the increased blood and gore in the mud, and I'm again really excited for that Japanese audio
Oh yeah.
because that's how I played the first one.
You're gonna play it in like the Kurosaka
I don't,
mode, right?
the
Or what do you
Kurosawa
think?
mode is really interesting to me, but the colors are so vibrant and beautiful in Ghost of Tsushima that
Hmm.
I want to experience
You
that.
just gotta play through it 3 times because you gotta play the
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 what?
lo-fi version, and then now the black and white, and then
I know
and then this is the original.
the lo-fi version's cool, and I know it's something a lot of people are excited for. I don't really care for it. It does seem there
I,
seems like a
I'm hyped
ludo
for
narrative
it, I think.
dissonance. There's a little bit of a ludo narrative dissonance, like this idea of like in this samurai world with this music. It's not the same vibe for me for
Yeah.
Tsushima.
I just feel like sometimes I need like a chill soundtrack to kind of explore the world with.
Yeah,
And like as long as it's not too distracting, I think I'm there for it. Like
yeah.
I
I'll
think it'll
try
keep
it.
me entertained.
Yeah, I'll try it for sure. I think it's only during exploration too, so it like turns off
Yeah.
when you hit like
Yeah.
story beats.
Yeah, and I think that's appropriate.
Yeah. And then they ended the show with showing us these special PS5 covers and controllers and bundles for Ghost of Yotei. There is like a gold one with like gold detailing and a black one. They kind of match each other. It's just the color. So I think the controllers are sold separately, the covers are sold separately, and you could get buy like a PS5 bundle that has both.
Mhm. And is that for the pro or just the
I
standard
so
edition?
it's not the pro, it's just the standard. And I think me and you talked offline. It's the standard after the form factor update that happened in 2023,
Yeah.
where they
Yeah,
have like the
the
slim
two
that wasn't
separate.
officially labeled as the slim, where there's like technically 4 panels now, which is kind of a bummer for me. I do feel like as an owner of like the day one PS5, I feel like I got a little bit of the short end of the stick with those covers, those panels.
Yeah.
I felt like there was so much promise for them, but the only real interesting ones they ever released on that first iteration was the Spider-Man 2 ones.
Yeah. And then they like locked it down so that nobody could make these custom plates without
Yeah,
getting sued. So then,
yeah,
yeah, Sony did us so dirty with those. Like, I love my Spider-Man PS5, but like, yeah, it is really annoying that we can't get anything else with it.
that's it. Yeah, like if you had the day one edition of the console, they're not making it. Seemingly, they're not making any more of these plates. And if you have a pro, they're not making these plates. And I mean, they're not even making a lot of them anyway. It's not like every big game. I feel like there's more controllers. There's more special controllers,
Yeah,
but not like plates.
yeah. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts about the design of these?
Yeah, I think me and you were both in agreement that they were not that interesting. I don't think I'm picking these up. I think you were a little bit more down than I was. I thought they were, you thought they were bad.
Yeah, they look terrible to me, to be honest. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, like, come on. And then I sent you like another artist rendering of it, and I was like, damn, this one looks really good. Like, if they took even like a little bit of more effort than just throwing some paint strokes on a controller, man.
I think this has been a reoccurring conversation me and you have had.
Yeah,
I feel like these custom controllers are not hitting. They're missing the mark. We had the Last of Us one recently that we thought was bad. There was like the Fortnite and LeBron James one that was just like a mess. I didn't like the God of War Ragnarok one, to be honest with you.
yeah.
Um,
There's a Final Fantasy 16
there
one.
was a Final Fantasy 16 one and a Monster Hunter one, which I believe were both Japanese only,
Mm-hmm.
if I'm not mistaken. And they looked really good. I thought those ones looked good, but they were not like they were not available for purchase here. There was the Astrobot one, which was kind of cute.
Yeah,
There's
and
the
then they
Helldivers one.
relaunched it too. The Astrobot one with more
It's
faces, right?
I don't think they've relaunched it yet, but they plan on relaunching it.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. There's the Helldivers one, which I didn't think was great. Interestingly enough, the Concord one I think looks really good.
yeah, yeah. But
Yeah,
then they stopped selling it.
yeah. Um, so I don't know. I really like Spider-Man 2 one and the I guess
The 30th anniversary
the
one. Those
30th
are like
anniversary.
probably like the two best ones, and they're
Two
the
best ones.
two that we definitely picked up, right?
Yeah, those were the two that I bought. Yeah. Anyway, we'll see Ghost of Yotei October 2nd, I believe, for release date. I'm really excited for this game. I love Ghost of
Yeah,
Tsushima. It's one of my
I
favorite
unfortunately will
games.
not be playing it very much in October. It's like my
Why?
busiest month,
For
and I'm not
work?
even for work, and then I'm actually not even here for launch
Oh, where are you?
because I'll be in Korea and
Okay.
Taiwan. So
Okay.
you will have to. Yeah, I wonder if they'll do a midnight launch for this. I'd be
I
down.
think so. I'll ask the 130th have GameStop or EB Games and see because they're the ones there. I feel like they do more midnight launches than
Yeah,
anyone else.
yeah. Did you have a story for EB Games as well? Did you see that they what their plan is for launch for relaunch here in Canada?
No.
Oh, you didn't see
What
their plan.
for what?
So
Oh,
let me
for yeah. No, I didn't. I didn't put that in the show
yeah, their
notes.
full tech overhaul. So here I'll do the overview here since you probably haven't read it.
No, I haven't read it.
So yeah, they're going to have a brand new website, a lot more self-serve tools, faster checkout, improved product discovery, dynamic shipping charges. So right now, EB Games has now changed that everything is like a paid shipping cost now. So I guess they're making it more dynamic in the event that you're just buying like some pencils or like this cool hat. I don't know.
Mm,
So it's still under works and they're still like fine tuning things, but they're like really trying to focus in on a better e-shopping experience, it looks like. And then they're also moving into the like more of community aspect. So they're making a new dedicated news page to track announcements and upcoming changes, more behind the scenes insights into current projects and how decisions are made. They're allowing open invitations to share feedback both on initiatives and help shape the future of the business, and then also a new culture of listening and improving together.
interesting.
Just trying to, I guess, age the gaming community in Canada.
When do we know this launch is going to happen? I guess for those who don't know, EB Games was a Canadian outfit for selling video games here in Canada that got bought up by GameStop in the US. And I believe it was 2 years ago the US just the GameStop owners decided to get rid of the EB Games branding and just brand all the EB Games in
Into
Canada as
GameStops
GameStop. And now they have since sold back their Canadian
branch of
operations
divisions, yeah.
to
French
a different
Canadian
owner.
entrepreneur, yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm excited for this. I mean, I think it'll be nice. Like I do want to support something that's like Canadian and more local.
for
So
sure, yeah,
yeah, it's better than just walking to like a Best Buy retail experience,
yeah,
I feel.
yeah. Agreed. I mean, then there's a whole other question of how long are we going to have physical games for anyway, but that's for another time.
Yeah.
Uh, Other interesting news that came out of Sony this week. I thought this was really cool, which is kind of funny because every time we get like a Last of Us news, it's just like, oh, there's a remaster, there's a this, right? But we got a new update for The Last of Us Part 2, which adds another way to experience the campaign, and it is the chronological mode. I don't know if you saw this.
Yeah, I did see it. It like retells the story, or you play the game in like basically kind of a start to finish.
Chronological order,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah.
the event in which like it happens in time,
Yes,
right?
because for those who don't know, the original Last of Us Part 2 has a non-linear kind of story where there's a part one without going into too much spoilers. There's a part one, and that part one is has a few flashbacks in it along the way. And then there's like a part two, which is happening simultaneously at the same time as part one, where you go back and play that part two from like the start until it like meets up with where you ended part one. So now it sounds like you're going to be playing, back and forth as the stories like catch up with each other. I thought this was really cool. It actually kind of interested me. Maybe just enough to like, okay, maybe I do another playthrough of Last of Us Part 2. I did start a playthrough of the part one, so maybe I play it this way. So
Yeah, I also did start a playthrough of part one when it came out to PC, and then I just kind of gave up on it because we were busy with other stuff. And then
mm,
yeah, I
yeah,
don't know about part two. Like I said, we should maybe do like a special episode
yeah, you always
for
wanted to do that.
just
I feel like I need to
discussing it.
refresh. I need to refresh
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that.
we'd have to both replay it
It's a
and then
longer game for
come
sure.
back.
Yeah, it's a longer game. It would take more time to play it start to finish. And then speaking of Last of Us, the director of the canceled Last of Us open world game is moving to Japan and opening a new studio there. We don't really have much confirmation as to what this studio is. And to be quite frank with you, I'm kind of surprised because I thought the director of Last of Us Online was Neil Druckmann, but I guess it wasn't. Vinit Agarwal is the individual that we're talking about here. And so I'm interested to see what's going to happen there.
Yeah. Do we know what else that he's directed before?
I could Google him, see if he has a page or something. Honestly, this is the first time I'm
Yeah.
actually hearing him.
He did Last of Us Part 2 and Uncharted 4, as well as Lost Legacy.
What did he do on them? He directed them?
I would assume so. That's what he has
What's
on
Neil
his
Druckmann's
X.
role? I thought he was the director. I guess he's co-director for this Last of Us Online multiplayer game.
Okay.
So he must have been co-directing it with Druckmann. Anyway, we chatted a little bit about Astrobot at the start of the show, and Astrobot is getting a vinyl soundtrack for sale and up for pre-order right now. This looks really cute, really cool. I love the cover art for the vinyl. I just don't think I would ever buy this to listen to this soundtrack again because it plays in my head nonstop because of my 3-year-old son anyway. But really cool, really cool. You still have not played Astrobot, have you?
I still haven't.
Oh man, you're missing out. You are missing out. Very exciting game. Then we got another story. So they're at the Sony State of Play from Summer Games Fest. They were adding more levels to the game, which they've done like 4 times now at this point after release. And spoilers if you like playing Astrobot and you don't want these characters to be spoiled. So skip ahead just like 30 seconds. But they are finally adding Cloud from Final Fantasy VII remake. Yeah. So problem is I can't play these levels because my old save file got deleted by my son. So I have to like play more. I have to beat the game again to unlock this. So annoying.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Like 3rd or 4th playthrough for you at least?
No, well, not really. Like I only played through it once, and now I'm playing through it again just to get back to where I was, so that I could play these new levels.
Mm-hmm.
So really, only this is my 2nd playthrough, but I've put so much time in it. Dude, do you know how much time I have on an Astrobot according to the PlayStation? I mean, a lot of that time is the controller in my kid's hand, him doing weird stuff. 150 hours.
150 hours?
Yeah, I beat the game after like 20 hours. I think I got the platinum after like 20 hours.
You know what's really funny?
Hmm.
Do you know how many hours I have in Poke or Digimon Time Stranger?
No.
Or not Time Stranger,
Do I want to know?
Cyber Sleuth?
Yes, Time Stranger isn't out yet, right?
Yeah. So I've been playing it since I guess I announced it on our podcast, but I have apparently 363 hours.
There's no way, bro.
So the issue is if you don't like actually like enter a menu before you hit the power button, it still counts as like your standby time. It still levels up all your Digimon in your farm. So then I have like some level 50 Digimon, and I literally didn't do anything in the game.
Oh, because that's you.
Time goes by, and then I get experience, and I'm like, maybe I need to put it in a menu, but I never remember because I'm just like, oh, I gotta go do something, but I want to like play for like 5 minutes, and then I press the power button.
I've been noticing that on my Steam Deck. If I'm playing a game and I just sleep it and I don't get like out of the game, it'll keep counting time, and it'll be like, I think Monument Valley, which was like an hour and a half game, had like 20 hours on it. Yeah. But no, this is Astrobot is my son like playing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
150
like legit.
Hours.
Just
it's insane.
Torture.
Yeah, torture big time. Stalker 2 is coming to PS5 later this year with enhancements for PS5 Pro. This is interesting. I guess, I mean, what's the deal? Like who was it just a temporary kind of first party exclusive for Xbox? Or was it always going to be an exclusive? Like, and now because Xbox has kind of changed the way they do things, they're just going to allow it to go to PS5. I don't know. But if anybody missed out on Stalker 2 and wants to play this game, and it is coming to PS5 this year, we don't have a date just yet, but they're going to add DualSense functionality as well, like haptic feedback for triggers, etc. You going to play this on PlayStation?
Probably not. That one was the one that
came out late last year. November last year. I wanted to play it, but it came out really bad, like bug-wise.
Yeah, I remember us talking about it.
Yeah, Game Pass came out really buggy, so I just kind of said I'll put it aside until they patch it.
Yeah.
But you know how that happens, right? You put something aside and you patch it and you never get to it. Which is kind of funny because speaking of the next game, maybe it's time to get into it now. Cyberpunk 2077 is coming to July's PS Plus extra tier, or it's actually already on as of now. So that was a game that came out in 2020. Everybody was excited for that. Came out looking like garbage. I said, okay, you know what? I'll put this aside and wait till it gets
Mm-hmm.
fixed, until I play it. But like I said, you get busy with other stuff. New releases are more exciting and you never go back. So maybe
Yep.
it's time to actually play this. That's it for our Sony news this week. We can move on to Nintendo. So Prolific Port Studio says any 60 FPS Xbox Series X game will easily port to the Nintendo Switch 2. This is from Andy Robinson from VGC, and the port studio is Virtuous. It compares the Switch 2 power to the Xbox Series X. So Virtuous thinks that the Switch 2 is just as good as the Series X or Series S. So if you could get a game to run good on the Series S, 60 FPS, you should have no problem getting it to run on the Switch 2. I think that was always been a question from since
Mm-hmm.
before the Switch 2 release. What's the power going to be like? Is it going to be a PS4? Is it going to be a PS4 Pro? Is it going to be Xbox One X? Was it going to be a Series S? Right? We all kind of realized that it wasn't going to be a PS5 or a Series X, but I think this was a big question that a lot of people had. And this is pretty reassuring. I mean, I've had a Series S before. I kind of traded it to get a Series X,
Mm-hmm.
and I played a few games on it, and I thought it
Yeah,
looked
it
great.
plays
So
it plays pretty smooth. Like I
yeah,
had a Series S as well.
yeah.
I think the only reason why I moved to the Series X was because I was having crash issues on Deathloop
Oh,
playing on
okay.
the Series S. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it'd be so funny if Xbox slash Microsoft was like the top publisher for Nintendo Switch 2.
I don't know
Because
about
if they
that,
can port basically, or if they can make any game work on the Series S
but
and have it on the Switch too.
but isn't the whole thing about the Switch? Because when it launched and all those third party games that were never on it before were on it, nobody was buying them anyway, right? So do you
Yeah,
think people are going to
but
start?
those titles are so old, right? Like, uh, imagine Indiana Jones coming to Switch 2. I haven't played Indiana Jones, but I'd love to play it on handheld. I think.
But like Hitman is from 2021. Indiana Jones is from 2024. Is it really that much of a difference there? That
Okay, how about Avowed? Playing Avowed on
I could see that. Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
any of their any of the new
Avowed Doom,
releases will be
Avowed
coming,
Doom.
right?
Yeah,
If
yeah,
in theory, if it would work, right?
yeah. I agree.
So that'd be like crazy. Flight Simulator.
Didn't we already talk about this
Yeah.
earlier this year about Flight Simulator coming to the Switch 2, but we haven't heard anything about that
Yeah.
yet? There
Yep.
was a lot of
Exactly.
rumors earlier this year about this game coming to Switch 2 in that
So
game.
yeah. So if it is an easy port, like I don't see why they wouldn't want to do it. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. We'll see. I mean, time will tell. I think we're going to find out more here before the end of the year of what other things are going to come to the Switch 2 from third party, publishers. Speaking of GameStop at the early part of the show, GameStop is auctioning off the staple and stapler that damaged customers' Nintendo Switch 2.
I thought they
S-
were also selling
the
the
Switch,
Switch that
y-
happened
yeah, they were.
that got
Yeah,
broken or whatever.
yeah, they're selling the damaged Switch as well.
Yeah.
So if you guys remember during the midnight launch of the Switch 2, an employee at the Island branch basically stapled the receipt for the Switch 2 to the box on the outside that like pierced right through the box and into the screen for the Switch 2. It was like a big
Yeah.
hullabaloo at the time.
Yeah,
And the
people were
person
so like, "Oh my god, this could happen to anybody." Like people were
uh,
freaking out,
I
I
think it
thought,
was like,
on the internet. But it was like a one-off case.
yeah, it was a one-off case. It wasn't like, yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, and
But no,
they're auctioning it off on eBay, right?
what's it
And it
sitting at
was
right now? Do we know?
I wonder if it's done, but they were auctioning, I think last I checked it was like 100K, but like the profits or proceeds were going to go to charity.
I don't know how to.
Yeah,
I never
the
know how to
highest bid
search it.
on the item is currently $108,000. Let's see if
108,000. Holy
dude.
smokes,
So
man!
guess how much it is right now, and it ends in 2 days. 2 days and 20 hours.
How
Take a
much?
guess.
Don't tell me it's at 200.
It's $249,900
Holy
US dollar.
smokes, man!
US dollar.
Who the heck is doing that? That's insane.
That's crazy. Like a
How
lot.
did you find it? I can't find it on eBay.
It was linked. Let me. How much is it to Canadian? Because our economy is garbage. $342,350. That's
Smokes.
worth more than my house when I bought it.
Oh my god. That's funny that you say that.
Damn, let me trade in my house real quick for the stapler. But anyways, still pretty cool that they're auctioning. They're still doing that for charity. I would like to see what the final
Yeah.
value is.
At least you get the Switch 2. The Nintendo
Does,
Switch 2 and the
does it come
stapler.
with that? Oh yeah, it does. It does come with
This is the
the
receipt, the
the
certificate of
receipt.
authenticity.
Yeah,
Oh my god, they have the staple in there.
dude, they got to PS grade this.
If you say this, oh dude.
Then you get a
This is
giant
crazy.
box.
I can't believe someone's actually spending this much money. People that like some rich people do, they just whatever. They don't care. 249,000 is nothing.
Yeah, and then to
Insane.
us, it's like our houses.
Oh, dude, if I had $249,000 right now, you think I'd be doing this podcast? Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, you probably would.
I probably would be. Okay, so Nintendo is ending the Nintendo Switch game voucher service. So I think we talked about this before, but now it's like confirmed happening in January 30th, 2026. Customers will have 1 year to redeem their game vouchers. So I don't really understand this game voucher thing. Isn't it you buy the voucher, but it's like you just
Yeah, you basically get a discount on the two games because
you spend more money up front
yeah,
basically to
it's
get
like
a
100 and
discount.
something dollars, but you get to choose two games from their list and you can use it whenever kind of deal. Yeah, and then
So you
most of the
could
games are like old, but they're like big
so
hits.
you can't use it on any game. I thought you could like buy one and then wait for the next like 3D Mario to come out.
Nope, it's not on like every game. It's only select games.
That's kind of boring.
And then yeah, they confirmed it wouldn't be for like the Switch 2 games. So then people
Yeah.
were speculating that like it probably would be over, blah blah blah. But honestly, like some of their Switch 1 games, they were on sale for cheaper than you could buy the voucher for.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Recently, I think too. Recently, there's a
recently,
bunch of Odyssey was like 50
yeah, was
on
50
the eShop.
something and what else was 50
I think
something?
Luigi's Mansion 3,
And the Mario Party as well, I
the
think.
Mario Party. I think maybe one of the older ones. I don't know about Jamboree, or was it Jamboree?
I think it was All Stars or Superstars, not Jamboree.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it was a weird service anyway. I never used it.
Yeah, I never did it either. Like the other way, I don't know if you've ever looked at it, is like people would buy versions of games from AliExpress that were like Chinese box art or Japanese box art, but it'd be cheaper.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yeah, like you could get like Detective Pikachu and like certain games from like AliExpress for like way cheaper. It was like 30 or $40.
And those Switch games not going on sale is pretty wild. Which I
Mm-hmm.
think is sometimes to their detriment. Because I'll be honest with you, there's some games I'm like surface level interested in. I'm not dishing out $80 for.
Oh yeah,
Like
for
Princess
sure.
Peach's Showtime or like Pikmin 4. I'm sure they're both very
Or
good
the
games.
Mario Party or the Mario Brothers one. That one's like another RPG one.
Yeah, or Mario
Brotherhood.
RPG.
Yeah, Brotherhood was what it was called.
Yeah. Or Brothership or something. I think it was Brothership.
Or maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, like I'm like, okay, this is interesting. I'm not spending $80 on this. And it's never gonna go on sale. So it's just kind of like, well, I'm not gonna buy it.
Yeah, exactly. Like here. I guess I can probably show this. Do you see that? Like Mario Strikers for like $37.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can. Oh, or this Detective Pikachu for $25.22. Let's see, is it legit? Yeah, it looks like it.
Cool.
Yeah, I've never ordered it personally, but I feel like it would be legit. Yeah,
I don't know. Anyway, something we are both gonna dish out the money for when it comes out is Donkey Kong Bonanza.
did you have it pre-ordered now?
No, I should probably call them. Good point. I should get that done out of the way because I don't know what the sales are going to be like. I don't want to go there and then be like it's all sold out, and then
Yeah,
have to
for
buy
physical.
digital. Yeah, but we got some more news about Donkey Kong Bonanza. Donkey Kong Bonanza again comes out in 4 days. Today's Sunday the 13th, so it's Thursday the 17th that it comes out. We found out last week that it is being developed by the Mario Odyssey team. And we also found out that the Super Mario Odyssey director is a producer on Donkey Kong Bonanza, and it is being directed by Kazuya Takahashi, who joined Nintendo in 2020. So after Odyssey came out, presumably. And we now know that it originally began development on the Nintendo Switch before moving to the Switch 2. They were saying the game's voxel technology and destruction prompted the move to Switch 2. So I'm glad that that's the case, because we also got news this week that there were some performance issues at some key moments. So that's going to be a bummer, but at least it's better than it running on the Switch 1 and barely running and, becoming insufferable. Yeah.
Like just as bad as navigating that old Play Store. Or not the Play Store, but their eShop or whatever. Yeah. Could you imagine? Every single step would be like super laggy. Oh god.
Yeah. Should I place a bit? Wait, should I place a bit on the stapler?
For what? Literally, you need to console your wife. She's gonna beat you.
I'm just closing these tabs out and I see the stapler and I'm like, damn.
Dude, you're gonna put an ad. You're gonna put a bid on and watch it be the winning bid.
Can I just cancel?
Then this will literally go viral.
Can I cancel? Like, what will happen if I win?
I think you can make like a fake account and bid, but like I think you obviously get banned. I don't think they need a proof of funds before you bid.
Yeah, they can't hold me accountable to
it. Just watch the cops knock on your door.
Speaking of cops, the FBI has seized a major Nintendo Switch piracy site. Nintendo continues the battle of Switch 1 piracy. This is from VGC, posted by Jordan Midler. Nintendo war on piracy has escalated as the U.S. Federal Bureau of Investigation seized a popular Switch piracy site. The site is it's hosted thousands of pirated versions of Switch games, and it was seized this week in accordance with seizure warrant issued by the United States District Court for Northern District of Georgia. What's the website called? Yeah, the site was already part of EU's piracy watch list as of earlier this year. This article does not say the name of the site. Oh, Yuzu? Y-U-Z-U.
Oh, yeah.
I read this article and guess what my initial thought was?
What?
So you guys could do Nintendo's work and seize these piracy sites, FBI, but you can't release the Epstein list?
You're still talking about the Epstein list? That was from years ago.
The Epstein list? What are you talking about?
To quote Trump.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, we will never know who's on the Epstein list. It could be. I was gonna say something crazy. Never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
It could be you.
No. No. And did you hear
it? Say it offline to me. Yeah, but did you also like hear the controversy that like they were missing a minute on the tape for his suicide or whatever?
Yeah.
And the reasoning was like that a tape needed to be rewinded or reused basically every single day, and it so happened to be like that minute or it's always missing a minute no matter what. And I was like, oh, okay, that's really weird.
Yeah,
and it's like it like brings back that like all of the US's nuclear launch codes are like on a floppy drive. Did you know that?
From like the 1960s or something?
Yeah, because they haven't updated or anything. How do they
know? How do they know those are going to work?
I don't know.
But I guess they're probably like more, cyber safe.
Yeah. I mean, I would prefer it not to work, but
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. But then I don't know. Nuclear weapons. That's a different topic. That is a different topic.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you.
Talking about going nuclear. Perfect segue to the next.
What's the next? Oh, are you talking about the Switch 2 ban? The used games ban?
Yeah. Going nuclear.
Yeah. So you sent this to me. Some dude got banned on his Switch 2 got banned for playing secondhand Switch 1 games.
Yeah. So do you know how? Did you read up on it? And do you know how it happened?
So I mean, I think he got unbanned since then. He bought some Switch 1 games on Marketplace. Apparently, it has something to do with there's this like anti-piracy solution that gives unique identifiers to each game cartridge, which acts as a preventative measure and blocks malicious operators from copying cards and selling them on.
Yeah. So what happens with how ROMs are obtained with Switch games is that you do a dump on the game and you basically copy the game on your computer, but there's like certain codes that are linked to the cartridge or each cartridge. So what
Yeah.
happens if you dump the game and you put it onto a MIG switch and you like plug it into your console, which is connected to the Nintendo store,
Yeah.
it like reads a copy of it. So if he's playing it and you're playing it because you have the original cart, then it like basically triggers a ban because it
Mm.
notices two instances
Yeah.
of that code being used.
Yeah. So it seems like just watch out. Like I don't. I'm worried
That
now.
that
Like
yeah, that's scary, right?
I'm worried now because I do have like I borrow games from my friends sometimes. Like, am I gonna like get banned every time and have to call like Nintendo to fix it? Like, I don't understand.
No, I don't think so. Like, it just so happens if you like buy a game and you're unlucky that the guy like literally dumped onto his MIG switch and is
Mm,
selling now, then you're running into that problem. But like, man, I don't know. That's like a little bit worrisome if you're
it
buying
is.
games used from somebody else,
It is. It
right?
is.
Especially when you don't know them.
Yeah. 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 You gotta watch out what you're buying secondhand. I guess. Yeah, that sucks. Sorry. I guess I should probably give credit to that article. That's from Grant Taylor Hill from Insider Gaming. That quote over there. Yeah, that's our Nintendo news and our Sony news. Let's move on to Microsoft. Of course, last week was a big Microsoft week with the big layoffs. There's obviously going to be some fallout following that. I'm kind of surprised that we didn't get that much news stories following that big layoff last week. I thought there would be more like information that surfaces, but it's relatively quiet. We could start off by Arcane founder, who what's his name here? Rafael Cole Antonio, who co-created the original Dishonored game. He was saying the problem is Game Pass. He's saying Game Pass is just not as, profitable as Microsoft is claiming. It's basically causing damages to the industry, blah, 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 blah. We've heard this conversation before several times. Like, is Game Pass good? Is Game Pass bad? Based on this guy's opinion, he thinks it's bad. Notably, he is the studio head. Like, he left Arcane at some point in time in the past and went on to create his own studio. And they had a game that launched onto Game Pass day one. If you remember Weird West, I think it was called. I believe it was a 2022 or 2021 game. It's like a top-down RPG, similar like aspect to Disco Elysium. And yeah, it's just like kind of this vampire cowboy game or like zombie cowboy game. I played it for a little bit. It wasn't exactly for me, and I heard good things about it review wise. But he doesn't seem to have been happy with his relationship he had with Game Pass at the time when he put his game on there. So yeah, I mean, it's anecdotal evidence. Like, this is his experience and his studio's experience. I've heard the opposite from plenty of studios. I mean, most notably this year, the studio that's behind the Sniper Elite series. They released Atomfall this year on Game Pass, which they said helped kind of give the game a little bit of limelight.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so I don't know. I mean, it is a question to ask. Like, with putting all your first party games there, surely it's killing sales. I'm not buying games. I'm not buying first party games on my Xbox Series X because I could play them on Game Pass, right?
But you are subscribed to Game Pass, right? So like I guess
Well,
you have to take a look at the average of who's buying these games and who's
but how much like you could have made if I bought Doom the Dark Ages, you could have made $90 off of me there. And if I bought, I don't know, Oblivion remake.
but would you have bought these games versus buying a
That's a good
subscription, right?
question. That's a good
Yeah.
question, right? Would I have bought Avowed? Probably not. But did I play Avowed on Game Pass? Yeah, I played it a little bit. Right? Would I have bought, I don't know, South of Midnight or Oblivion remake, right? So it's a good question. But this did come up. This article is also from Insider Gaming, from Grant Taylor here. Game Pass might be getting killed by first-party development costs. It is suggested. He has an update to the article, which I'll read after. But the original report follows. Do, 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 do. Uh, he's quoting someone named Chris Dring, who is the game business. Yeah. So I guess it must be a website or outlet. Costs associated with Game Pass business is fees paid to third parties, marketing and service costs. And by that measure, it's profitable. What they don't count is the lost revenue that Xbox's first-party studios are seeing as a result of this service. I have to imagine if first-party studios received similar compensation, that profitability might not be correct. So he's basically saying, from a third-party perspective, you have to pay for the third party for putting your game on Game Pass. So you have to go to the studio and say, okay, thanks, you're putting your game on Game Pass. We're going to give you this much money. And then you have to market and the Game Pass service and infrastructure. For first party, that cost is not associated. You just put your first party game on the thing. But he's saying, if those first party studios had to receive the same compensation as these third party studios for putting their game on Game Pass, then he thinks profitability, it might not be profitable. There is an update to this where Chris Dring had just posted on social media clarifying his comments. He stressed that Xbox Game Pass is profitable even when factoring in the lost sales for first-party teams. He was investigating Game Pass P&L over 18 months ago and was led to believe that a profitability issue might exist due to the separation of sales figures. He confirmed that sources have reached out to set the story straight and confirm that Game Pass is still profitable. I don't know what to make of this. I mean, okay, sure. You're saying it's profitable. Microsoft also says a lot of things too. So I don't know. I think time will tell who's right and who's wrong. Is this really the future? This is a economically disrupted. It disrupts the gaming marketplace. So it's like almost it has to go one way or the other. Eventually, either it's going to run its course and these subscription services are going to go away, or they'll get toned down, similar to a PS Plus, where you get like some old backlog games coming onto it, or it's going to go in this direction in all regards. I don't see how you could get both indefinitely. I feel like after 10 years, one or the other is going to win.
Yeah.
For shows and movies, it was the Netflix model, right? Right. So I don't know. Do people still even buy DVDs for shows and stuff? I don't.
I think people still do.
But like how
collectors, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But one piece of good news from this week, which we kind of already knew, but we got a little bit more, more actual touchable confirmation. Marvel's Blade survives the recent Xbox layoffs. So, spotted by the gamer, Arcane's Leon financial report confirms that Marvel's Blade is safe and sound, and the report reveals that the production phase of Marvel's Blade was able to commence at the end of 2024 after the validation of the prototype, etc., etc., etc. So, Arcane Leon's financial report confirms the game is still safe and sound. It's good to hear. I am kind of disturbed by this. Full production was able to commence at the end of 2024. For some reason, I was really hoping this game was further along. That means it's only been in full production for a year. So this does not sound like a 2026 game anymore, to be quite frank with you. I thought we were certain it would be a 2026 game from some other report I might have read like months ago. I am disappointed with that, though. I mean, it's kind of weird. Deathloop didn't Deathloop come out in 2021? I think so.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, it's going to be like 5 years since then. So it's kind of weird that this game isn't further along.
Maybe they just needed a lot of conversation with Marvel, perhaps.
Still, man.
Yeah.
Ooh, they did that for 3 years before they started working on the thing. It's weird. Last week we reported that Romero Games was actually closed after they lost their partnership with Microsoft, but in a new twist this week, that Romero Games denies it's closed and says publishers could yet save its FPS. So it looks like they're probably going to try and go around and get funding to continue development on the game. They are not shut down as of now. So that's good to hear. It was a claim made by an employee who said the whole studio was being let go as a result of a publishing deal. But yeah, the studio head is denying that. We'll see how this plays out. I mean, we don't even know what this game is. But hopefully it gets saved just for the sake of, these publishers and their job, or these developers and their jobs. Last little bit of Xbox news this week. Less than 20% of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 soundtrack is made of songs from the original games. I think this is a big one because in the Tony Hawk's Pro Skater kind of franchise, the soundtracks is really important. And the music is really important. It's one of the kind of the highlights. And I could see the disappointment for, fans returning to the game after this remaster, finding out a lot of their favorite, songs are no longer there.
Yeah.
I mean,
especially like if a lot of what's selling the game is like the nostalgia aspect of it.
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate. I don't really have any connection to this game when I was a kid. I like played it, but I didn't like play it. So I couldn't even remember any of the soundtrack. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, the new soundtrack has songs from the Idols, which is like a punk rock band that I really, really, really like. So I'm excited to hear those while I skate around. I did download Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 onto my Xbox. I haven't tried it yet. I was a little bit busy the last 2 days since it's launched, but we'll see maybe tonight. That's it for our big three. We can move to some multi-platform stories. I want to start with Subnautica 2, the Subnautica 2 drama. Have you been following this?
I've not been following it. I'm looking at your show notes right now, and the amount of links is like, holy, did some beef start?
Okay, so usually when we prep this show, I read a bunch of articles. I could get the gist of what the story is really from the title or from the first paragraph, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's kind of straightforward. You already know what it is. Bro, this one I couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. This was a crazy turn of events, a crazy story. It's he said, she said. I don't really know where it's going from here. I mean, I even read these articles and I watched like a few videos, and I honestly still don't really understand what it is, but I'm going to try my best to explain it to the listeners. Nautica 2 is development studio got bought by Krafton, which is the South Korean publisher that, does PUBG as well as some other smaller stuff for 500 million back in 2021. They've been working on the development of Subnautica 2. Apparently Subnautica 2 was supposed to go in early access in 2024. It did not. Then it was supposed to go in early access this year, 2025. The week where we had all the big Xbox news, this news first dropped. I kind of ignored it because there was so much other stuff going on. But it's since spiraled out of control. Basically, the three studio heads all got fired last week, and they got replaced by one of the studio heads from I can't remember its name, the studio that worked on Callisto Protocol. So a guy who has like background from Dead Space and Callisto Protocol, not like the OG Dead Space guy who left after Callisto Protocol came out and wasn't really great. Often moved him to be the studio head there. Basically, then there was a little bit of a panic, of course. Like fans were like, what the heck is going on? And the development studio itself released a statement saying, we're all okay. Nobody in the studio actually got laid off or anything. We're still working on this game. It's going to be good. We have new leadership. The guys who were the previous owners of the studio who sold to Krafton, but they were still on board as studio heads, which I can't remember their names right now. One guy's initials are CC. Jeez. See, I'm telling you, this was a lot of like, I was trying to prep before this and I'm like, I can't remember. So he basically said, oh, dude, this is like BS. We were working on this game. It's unfortunate they did this, et cetera, et cetera. And then he brought something interesting up. Is that Krafton was scheduled to give this development studio $250 million in bonuses this year if they hit certain sales figures by 2025, right? So, but Krafton then themselves delayed the early access for the game to 2026. The previous studio heads that just got fired said, oh, the game was ready to come out 2025. And Krafton's like, oh, no, it's not. So now it's a question of, is Krafton delaying this game so that they do not have to cater to what they previously promised, a $250 million bonus if they hit like sales milestones in 2025? Krafton, the publisher, just forces them to delay the game, right? I mean, this is the first time I've seen this reverse thing happen where the development studio says the game is ready. We want to release it in 2025, early access. And the publisher is like, no, it's not. You're not releasing in 2025. So basically, long story short, it's a long-winded way of saying accusing the studio of firing the heads or accusing the publisher of firing the studio heads and forcing a delay to 2026 as a way to get out of their commitment to pay this bonus, right? Then, and like screwing over the devs. Krafton clapped back by saying, dude, this $250 million bonus, 90% of it was going to go to these three guys anyway, right? So don't make it sound like the whole like development studio lost all this money. It was going to go to these three guys anyway, and we fired these three guys, right? So then they're like, oh, they hit back and they were like, oh, we were going to trickle down the money that you gave us to our development studio. So it's a big mess. Now they're going to sue them. The former devs are going to sue Crafton. I mean, Crafton was saying the reason that they fired these guys was not to get out of this like $250 million commitment. It was because they were doing a poor job on managing the company. They're saying basically ever since the company got bought out, they've just been like doing nothing. And it actually is true. Only one of them is actually directly involved as a game director for this game. The other two guys are just like, executives that aren't really actively involved in the development of this game, right? So I don't know. I don't know where this is going to go. They said they're going to sue them now. And we'll see where this goes. Game has been delayed to 2026. Yeah, I don't know. Crazy stuff. It's just been spiraling out of control. And sorry, that was my best attempt to try and explain it. I know it wasn't great, but I would recommend for the listeners, if they're interested in this, to watch the video about this by Gaming Bolt on YouTube, which I kind of used to help make sense of all these different articles and news stories. Derwin, have you played Subnautica before? Or are you excited
No.
for Subnautica too?
I think we saw some of the promo for it, right? Was it during the Xbox event?
I don't know if it was the Xbox event, but I have seen it a few times. Yeah, it's a really popular and beloved game, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it's like an underwater exploration, right?
Yeah, there's like
Base
Subnautica
builder almost.
and there's Subnautica Below Zero. Yeah, like a survival game, underwater survival. I mean, $50 million to buy that studio sounds like a lot too. Or not 50, $500 million to buy that studio.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds crazy. Yeah, I'm sure we'll get more news from that next week as this thing spirals out of control. Coming from gamesindustry.biz, SAG-AFTRA members vote in favor of agreement. Strike officially ends. 5.0% of the union approves the 2025 SAG-AFTRA Interactive Media Video Game Agreement, which includes pay increases and protection against AI. That's been going on for a while now, since September 2023, which sounds crazy that it's been that long. Almost 2 years. But yeah, I'm glad we kind of got something. Obviously, I'm sure this is not going to end with the whole AI situation that we're going through, especially for voice actors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll hear more of it eventually down the line, but it looks like for now we've come to some level of agreement. We got some sales numbers for May 2025, and coming from gamesindustry.biz. Elden Ring Night Rain tops the sale charts for May 2025, following Doom the Dark Ages, and Forza Horizon 5 as a part of the PS5, port. Same with Elder Scrolls Oblivion, et cetera, et cetera. But the best-selling game of 2025 is still Monster Hunter Wilds. Crazy stuff, yeah. And speaking of Monster Hunter Wilds, Capcom canceled a performance lecture about... I mean, this is ridiculous. They got the talk was originally titled Monster Hunter Wilds runs smoothly. Everything you need to know about optimization. They basically got death threats, and they said, "Okay, we can't have this." Monster Hunter Wilds is notoriously still poor on PC as far as optimization goes. I mean, so they basically had the crass to say, "Oh, you guys just don't know how to set up your PCs to make this thing run properly," and people freaked out. It is currently getting review bombed on Steam.
Yeah.
It seems like there's been a big turn of events with regards to the story for this game. A lot of people seemed to have turned against it, even though it was pretty highly anticipated. People were excited to play earlier this year.
You nearly killed me with that title. I was taking a drink of my my bubbly, and you read the title, and I was like,
I saw your face. Yeah,
it's like Capcom. What are you doing, my guy?
Yeah, they're just people were like, "We're gonna freaking kill you," and these guys are like, "Cancel it all."
Do you think Grok helped help Capcom make that title?
Yeah. That's a different story. Is
You
he
left it
back
out
online, or did they kill him?
Oh, I thought they updated him to Grok 4.0 or something like that. Yeah, Grok 4 is now available.
Bro, he lost it the last week.
Yeah,
he lost it big time. It was insane.
Did
all
we?
All these racist people were like, Grok's starting to finally notice and shit.
Yeah. Did you want to talk about that?
I mean, I don't know what to talk about. The X Twitter, formerly Twitter, X AI, Grok, which is like this AI companion that people regularly use on Twitter, whereby someone will tweet something and then people will at Grok and ask them a follow up question to explain if Grok believes this is legit or not. Grok basic
You mean Mecha Hitler?
Mecha
Excuse
Hitler,
you.
yeah. So yeah, it just I've seen Grok a few times, and some of the answers like that he responds to some people I think are very intriguing and really good.
Mhm.
Um, but this last week, I don't know what happened to the algorithm. Like he lost it big time. He
Yeah,
was saying some wild stuff. I can't even repeat it on the show.
yeah.
Like I think there was one you sent me. Was that the
Oh
one you
yeah,
sent?
that was the big one. That was like
When he was
towards the
CEO?
XX CEO. She
Yeah,
quit.
yeah.
That was like kind of on the line of sexual assault. The Mecha Hitler
Being
thing,
sexually
people deep.
being sexually assaulted by an AI is crazy.
It was probably enough to make her quit.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Mecha Hitler thing was referring to like um people asking Grok if he would prefer to be called like Mecha Hitler or Giga Giga Jew or something like that. And then there was like hidden prompts in there for it to choose the first option. So that one was kind of like a little bit like, okay, that's disingenuous, but I don't know about the sexual assault stuff.
There was one where they asked it, Grok, who do you worship? And he's like, I'm an AI model. I don't really have a god, but if I were to have one, it would be it would be basically, it was a more elaborate, artistical way of saying it would be Adolf Hitler. So Grok would worship Adolf Hitler. And then, like, there was some more follow up to it. And I was just like, this is
Yeah.
crazy, bro.
But those are like some things that sometimes you can hallucinate from like a language model because it really just takes context in terms of what it
Correct.
was learned from it,
Mhm.
right? So
Anyway, going back to Capcom, uh, Capcom says that they are continuously considering ways to develop new Mega Man games, despite there being no Mega Man game in the last 7 years. That you're saying it's one of our most important IPs. Sure. I mean, did you
dude, the
play
last
Mega Man
time
11 back in 2018?
no, I definitely did not.
I played a little bit of it.
Dude, the only Mega Man thing I've seen recently is that Mega Man short from what was that Amazon gaming thing? Like the gaming show. It was like Love, Death, and Robots, but
Oh yeah,
it
yeah,
was
yeah,
made
yeah.
by
It was
Amazon and
yeah, it was oh yeah, that one that was like we were excited for and then it wasn't really great.
yeah. Show. I mean, let
I
me
know
see
the one
what
you're talking about.
Secret Level.
Secret level.
Secret Level. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the last time I saw like a big Mega Man thing.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see any Mega Man anytime soon. Video Games Europe issues a statement on Stop Killing Games movement. This is from Tom Henderson, Insider Gaming. So this is the quote that they said: "We appreciate the passion in our community. However, the decision to I guess I should give it a header. There's the Stop Continuing Games campaign has surpassed 1.2 million signatures at the time of writing. It's basically this campaign to force developers legally in the EU to not turn off their online games and basically kill them, right? And Video Games Europe issued the following statement: we appreciate the passion of our community. However, the decision to discontinue online services is multifaceted, never taken lightly, and must be an option for companies when an online experience is no longer commercially viable. We understand that it can be disappointing for players, but when it does happen, the industry ensures that players are given fair notice of the prospective changes in compliance with local consumer protection laws. I mean, I know it sucks. I know we all hate it when they tell us a game is going offline, a game that we really love or whatever is being shut down. Like it's maybe happened to me a couple of times. I remember that volleyball game that I really, really, really liked. Well, it looks like I didn't like it that much that I'm not really remembering its name. Oh, Knockout City. Okay, yeah. So that one got taken down. There's been a few other ones that I was like, oh, that's a shame that that game got taken down. But I mean, again, at the end of the day, like I don't know how you can tell a developer that they have to keep paying fees to have these servers online or potentially to keep updating game or whatever or make sure it's working properly if nobody's playing it and they're not making any profit off of it. I do think it's a crazy statement to make. So I mean, I can't help but agree with this EU lobby group. But But I don't know. Your thoughts, I guess.
Yeah, I think there's just a lot of factors to that because they can't just continually like support it. Like, what you want them to go bankrupt doing this,
Like,
right?
yeah,
Especially like video game margins are like kind of tough, especially with marketing costs and stuff like that.
especially in the live service field. Yeah,
Yeah, like another option was like people were saying like, oh, just make the games available for people to host themselves, kind of deal, which is like another option. But then like, I don't know. It just I don't
different
think there's a
companies.
good way to really do it sometimes.
Yeah, different companies try different things to do. Yeah,
Yeah, and to make a law forcing companies to do that just seems a very
I feel
like
if like if a game is a free to play, I can maybe I have less sympathy to the people who complain. But when you pay money for a game, right,
Mhm.
and it is only a multiplayer game, it does feel like it leaves a little bit of a bad taste in the mouth,
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
Especially if it happens soon after the game was released. I don't know. I mean, like, I think what were people complaining about recently? There was, I think, a Battlefield game that got taken offline or something. But it's like, dude, it's been 15 years. Like,
Move on.
yeah,
The new Battlefield coming out
yeah.
2026? I don't know.
We'll,
2025?
we'll
I can't
see. I mean,
remember.
it's not looking great. Actually, we keep hearing different things of that Battlefield game. Speaking of things getting taken down, A's backed car culture site winds down as Need for Speed is quote unquote shelved. So this is a website called Speed Hunters. One of the kind of guys who runs the site, or not runs the site, but he's a longtime contributor, Matthew Everingham, posted on Instagram that the site was on ice some 17 years after it founded. Speed Hunters is on ice. EA shelved Need for Speed and means no more funding for the site, he wrote. Grateful for everything, the trips, the stories, the lifelong mates. I didn't even know this website existed, and I didn't know EA was backing it. And I didn't know EA shelving Need for Speed.
Yeah, I did not know any of those things either.
Yeah. I mean, I know Need for Speed does not seem like it's the biggest franchise anymore. Felt like when I was a kid and a Need for Speed game came out, you were paying attention. Like that was one of the big releases of the year. Now they like come and go, right? What was the last ones? Like Heat, Need for Speed Heat, Need for Speed Unbound. I don't know. They're just, I mean, I think Unbound wasn't even like a full price game. I don't know, man. Like racing games do feel niche in general, both arcade and simulator. Whereas it felt like when I was a kid, like you had a racing game at home, like it was a staple,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. There's just I feel like the demand has changed a little bit for
It
the
has,
racing
yeah.
games.
Yeah, it has.
Yeah,
It's
there
gone
isn't
down.
any like breakout racing games
Yeah, it's
recently.
gone
I
down, yeah.
think.
I mean, Forza Horizon 5 was really good, but yeah. Unless it's Mario Kart on the Switch.
Yeah, I don't think anything will ever die for that.
Last story for the week, Limited Run's SNES release of Doom is available for pre-order now, along with the new SNES controller. This is posted by Jordan Midler on VGC. Um, yeah, take a look at this, bro. It looks really cool. I mean, I don't have an SNES to play this on, obviously, but the controller looks pretty wild. The game
But
cartridge
yeah,
looks really cool. The
it's like a
cover
blue
art,
and purple
everything.
camouflage almost,
Yeah, it
right?
looks really, really nice. I know they apparently there's new stuff added to the game too. There's like some modifiers or whatever, and apparently like it runs better. Impossible graphics tricks according to Limited Run. Cool stuff, man. I
Dude,
love
the
Limited Run
controller is
games.
sick. I'd rather
Yeah,
have this controller than the
the
Ghost of
Ghost of
Yotei
Yotei.
controller.
Yeah, that is it for news stories for this week. Kind of a quiet week, so which isn't always bad because the noisy ones are all about layoffs.
Layoffs. Yeah.
Seems like we are back. Derwin, let's talk about the games we've been playing this week and actually last week because all the Xbox news didn't give us any time to chat about what we've been playing. I feel like it's kind of been a little bit quiet release wise. I mean, we did have Death Stranding 2 weeks ago that I think me and you both skipped out on, even though I kind of regret it because it looks like it's really good based on the reviews. I just don't know if I have it in me to play such a large game, like kind of this time right now. Seems like it's more of like a winter break kind of game, like
Yeah.
January, December vibe. So maybe I'll leave it till then.
Yeah, I agree. I think we both finished a lot of games recently that that do take a lot of effort.
Yeah, so I kind of wanted to chill out. Yeah. Anyway, I have been playing primarily Elden Ring Night Rain. We've talked about Elden Ring Night Rain on the show. I think I've given you mixed kind of feelings about it in the past. And I think last time we talked, I was kind of like on the low end because I felt like I couldn't figure out the game and I was getting a little bit bored. The situation has since changed on my end. I have run credits on Elden Ring Night Rain. I have beat all the bosses. Furthermore, played some more like endgame stuff past that, and I am very close to the platinum trophy. I have one trophy left for the platinum on Elden Ring Night Rain. They've also been adding harder versions of bosses every week. So they started with a Gaping Jaw, Dark Drift Knight, and Sentient Pest. I did miss out on the Gaping Jaw and the Dark Drift Knight because those 2 weeks were very busy for me. But we played the Sentient Pest, me and my friends, and we've beat that boss multiple times, the harder version of him. Yeah, and now they're bringing the Dark Drift Knight and the Sentient Pest this week, and then there's no new bosses coming out till the end of July. They're just rotating some of the older, like, harder bosses, so that kind of sucks, but whatever. I mean, I didn't beat the first two, so that's fine. So yeah, otherwise, beat the whole game with all the bosses, beat all the bosses, did all the world events. There's different like shifting Earth world events that happen sometimes. There's a few smaller trophies here and there. There was a trophy for beating 3 different bosses in a row, which I got. And the last trophy I need for the platinum is to beat the final boss with all 8 characters. I've done it with only 2 so far, and I've gotten really close with the 6th. So now I'm kind of like done everything, and I just really want to try out all the other characters that I didn't really get to play the game with, because I primarily played with the Executioner, who is like the samurai class, which is kind of 50% of my build in actual Elden Ring. That's why I kind of already knew his moveset.
That's that like parry one, right?
That's
Where
the
you get
parry one, although I'm not going to lie, I hardly use the parry functionality just because it's very hard to use it when you're playing with friends. Like, it's more slower. You're supposed to just kind of like stand there and let these enemies like hit you until you build up your parry meter. But when you're playing with your friends, it's like go, 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 and you just want to be aggressive and hit and go. So it's kind of a weird character with regards to that. I just preferred the dexterity build and using katanas mostly. Really, that's why I kind of picked him. And I liked his ultimate. Yeah. But yeah, I already beat the game with Executioner. And I played a little bit of the Recluse, which is the sorcerer class, which I hardly ever use in Elden Ring. But I really, really, really loved her. She was really fun to play with. Beat the final boss with her. And then I've gotten pretty close to beating the final boss with the Iron Eye, who's the archer class, and the Wilder, who's kind of the base all-around great sword character. But yeah, I still have to do the heavy build raider guy, and the guardian guy, who's kind of like a mixed heavy build support. And then there's a revenant, which is a holy spellcasting character, and the Duchess, which is also a quick dexterity character. She does like quick dodges and many stabs and pokies over doing like heavy hits. So yeah, I don't know. It was really fun to play with my friends. I think we were having a chemistry problem, like, as there's 4 of us. And so there was one team that was really having a chemistry problem, but I think it was because me and my friend were both playing Executioner and it wasn't really working out. Once we switched it around, we started winning games.
Like, you can't play like 2 of the same class.
No, we can.
As a recommendation.
No, we can, but it wasn't. I think 2 Executioners and an Iron Eye, which was what my other friend was playing, was not working out. Yeah, really cute game. Cute. I don't think the cute was the word I was looking for. Really cool game, really neat game. Yeah, loved it. I don't think it was anything crazy. But yeah, maybe it kind of went up my rank from maybe a 7 out of 10 to an 8 out of 10, or just because I kind of finally hit the groove and I was getting that dopamine feedback.
I think playing with your friends is definitely a good high
for sure. For sure, playing with your friends for sure made that game more enjoyable. I don't know if I would have enjoyed it as much playing it by myself. And yeah. So I guess I'm curious to see what Duskbloods is on the Switch 2 next year, because that is the other game coming from Software that is like a PvPvE. It's not exactly like Night Rain. I think it's more like an extraction shooter game, effectively. I don't know exactly how it's going to work, but I want to see what that's like. And then also it got me thinking, I'm like, you know what would be really cool for a Night Rain type of like mode or version of the game is Ghost of Tsushima. Or Ghost of Yotei, based on like the Ghost of Tsushima Legends mode that came out for Ghost of Tsushima like a few months after it came out. Yeah. So we'll see. I don't know. That's Elden Ring, Night Rain. That's primarily what I've been playing. I have been playing some smaller games, or maybe not smaller games, but for less amount of time. I tried Rematch, which came out a few weeks ago. That is the game from Slow Clap, the soccer game that I think there was a little bit of hype around. It is a kind of third person behind the back camera soccer game in like a Rocket League setting, right? You bounce off the wall. There's like really rough tackles. The ball does some cool stuff. It's, it's like soccer with all the fun soccer without the technical stuff. Although it is a very technical game, actually. I played a little bit with my brother-in-law too that one night. It's fun. I don't think it's anything like crazy. It's refreshing that it is a new kind of thing in that sports genre, because I feel like we don't get that anymore as much. Like it's not like the 2005 or like the PS2 days when you're getting like these extreme sports games like NBA Street or, FIFA Street or whatever. Like I just feel like there's just like these sports sims and this is all what people want to play. So it's really refreshing to play this soccer game from this new perspective with these new mechanics. And it's like a nice balance between like actual soccer and being really arcadey in the middle. It is unfortunately online only. Like there's no computer or story mode. If you were like looking to do that, play the PC or play play the computer or do like some kind of career mode, that doesn't exist. Really, all you do, and it does feel a little bit bare bones because of that, is you just play matches online with people. And either play unranked or you play ranked, and you have the choice of 3 different matches: 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 5-on-5. And kind of the more players you pick, the more technical it gets. 3-on-3 feels very arcadey, like you're just doing moves, you're trying to deke people and stuff like that, and do fancy shots. 5-on-5, by contrast, feels like it's very technical. You have to think about your passes and your positioning and the way you're moving. So I feel like it gets a little bit hard on the 5-on-5. Unfortunately, there's no local. I don't know how you would do local co-op without doing it like split screen, because it's a third person behind the shoulder perspective, unlike FIFA, which is like a top
down.
Yeah. So I don't know. It seems like the game has some legs. I could see it sticking around, having some sticking power for some time. It is an interesting choice to make it a release, like a paid title. I don't know if that was the right thing to do. Maybe they should have went free to play. I know I played it because it's on Game Pass, and maybe eventually they'll make it free to play, but we'll see. I wonder what its Steam concurrent players is right now, because it had a lot of hype, especially in the early access period. Why can't it?
Yeah, I haven't heard too many reviews about it, to be honest. Though
it's like sitting on a 77 on Metacritic, I think it was. Yeah, it has its daily average is 32,000 players. So it currently has 35,000 concurrent players, which isn't bad at all, of course. But the only thing is the noticeable statistic here is over the last 30 days, it's had a 23% drop, which I mean could be expected from a lot of games. Yeah. I wonder what like FIFA has. I don't know if that's on Steam charts. FIFA 2025. Yeah, I don't know why. There's a reason why it doesn't show up. I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah. So that's Rematch. I'm gonna tinker with it a little bit more. I don't think I'm going to like this is gonna be a forever game for me. It's fun, but it's like for me, it's like same way Elden Ring is fun, Night Rain, and I'll play it for a month and like move on. I don't think I'm gonna play this one for very long. Speaking of soccer, I bought the Nintendo Switch Online Plus expansion pass the other day. We talked about it to play Mario Strikers, which is the GameCube Mario Strikers, arguably the best one. Very nostalgic for kind of me and my friends in my friend group. We love this game. It is like a cult. It's probably one of the only games that's like a cult classic among a group of like 10 people, right? In the past, we have played it on actual like GameCube like recently and tried to hunt down a copy of it somewhere for GameCube. So it's really exciting that it is on this service. And we played some games, man, and it is funner than ever. It is very simple game, very simple party game, but like it has just enough depth and stuff like that it is super exciting, super interesting. I don't know what more to say here. It is Mario Strikers. If you don't know what Mario Strikers is, like booted up from the GameCube. It runs really well. I didn't notice any issues on the Nintendo Switch Online. I think the only difficulty was trying to figure out what the controls were. Because
you're using the Pro controller.
I'm using it. Well, we were using the Pro controller and we were using Joy-Cons. It doesn't let you do the half Joy-Con, by the way. You have to.
It doesn't. So you have to have the full one.
Yeah, full. So we had one guy who actually had the game handle, right, with the click on, and then we had one guy using the Joy-Cons like free, like this. One guy using a Pro controller, and I was using a wired like GameCube controller I had for the original Switch, which made me really think about buying that, like the actual
The
GameCube.
wireless Switch one, yeah.
Can we buy them now, or do you still has to go through the like website?
I think you always still had to go through the website. I don't think they ever made it like through Amazon or anything like that.
GameCube controller. Yeah, you can.
Or you could buy a third party one.
You could buy a third party one. Yeah.
Yeah, we should chat about the Pro controller though.
Yeah, we'll get there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Mario Striker's super fun. Now that I have this kind of subscription service, maybe I'll try some of the other GameCube games, Wind Waker, etc. But yeah, Mario Strikers is really fun. We played a little bit of Mario Kart 2. This is kind of the first time I've played the new Mario Kart with actual people and not just the computer. So that was fun too. It was a little bit refreshing because I was getting pretty bored just racing the computer there. So other things I've been playing this week. A game I picked up on my Steam Deck for $2, which I already knew was on Steam, and it's coming to PS5. Buckshot Roulette. Do you know what this game is, Derwin?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, so it's like
Heard
a
of it.
horror-themed game where it's a tabletop game where you're playing Russian roulette with a 12-gauge shotgun with this weird, creepy monster.
Yeah,
dude.
yes. I remember this now.
And every round you get a select number of items that give you some different like bonus. Like there's a magnifying glass that lets you sneak and peek into what the current shell that is loaded in the gun is, if it's live or if it's empty. There is an item that lets you like call on a phone and it tells you the future, like the fifth round is a live round or something. There's an item that lets you Steve whatever your opponent's items. There's an item that's a cigarette, it gives you some of your health back. There's an item that's like a prescription pill that either gives you double your health back or takes away a health. And there's like a knife that makes you saw off the shotgun so you do more damage. A switch that changes the kind of changes what the shell is, if it's live or if it's not live. So yeah, you just do these rounds where it's like it tells you ahead of time what configuration of shells are going to go into the shotgun. So 3 will be live, 4 will be empty rounds, and then they go into the shotgun in a random order, and you have to figure out what to do to kill the other guy first before he kills you. You have a set amount of health, number of shots you could take. And if you shoot yourself with an empty round, so you have to choose between shooting yourself or shooting the guy. If you shoot yourself with an empty round, you get another turn, right? So that's kind of the reason why you would choose to shoot yourself instead of shoot the other guy. But if you shoot the other person, whether it's an empty round or a live round, it's their turn next. So you have to be like strategic about what to do. Really fun game. I mean, it is kind of bare bones. I'm excited to play it like multiplayer with some friends when it comes to PS5. I feel like it'd be really cool. I know a lot of streamers like play it or played it at the time when it came out. But it's a really good game. I recommend it. It's very like bare bones aside from that game mechanic. And I've been playing on the Steam Deck. Really good. Yeah, that's Buckshot Roulette. Another game I've been playing on the Steam Deck in a kind of horror theme was a game I saw at the Summer Game Showcase, like one of the smaller indie titles. It might have been the Latin American games. It is a game called Grizzly Man, which is it's like a visual novel almost, more of a game with some mini games that are like similar to like Undertale mini games, if you know what I'm talking about, right? So yeah, it's like a mini horror like story game that's about an hour and a half long. It does feel like almost like a proof of concept almost. I'm excited to see what else this indie development studio will make in the future. It's really short, really fun. Yeah, I feel like they have the potential to make more really cool pixel art or whatever. Yeah, Grizzly Man. I'm also playing another kind of indie horror game on my Steam Deck, but I'll leave that till next week till maybe I beat it, which is Mouthwashing. It was a game that got some kind of good reviews last year and was nominated for a few indie game stuff. And then the last little thing I was playing, this is it, one more thing. I've been playing...
I love how we were like, yeah, I haven't been playing any like big games or whatever. You go ahead and list.
Yeah, it's mostly smaller stuff, right? Just to kind of fill in the time. I played the demo for a game which came out there at the end of June called Antro, which I was excited for. I thought it was more of a Limbo and Inside-like based on what I was seeing. From the demo, it wasn't actually that. I was kind of disappointed. It was more like an endless runner from like a 2D perspective, right?
Okay.
For some reason, looking at the trailers, I thought it was like a Limbo or Inside like. So I was like, oh, okay, really, I'm not really kind of looking for a game like this right now. It is mostly positive on Steam with 30 reviews, and there was a demo. So if you want to give it a try, you could kind of see what it's like. That's it for me this week. I'm done. I promise. No more.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's a solid
I feel like it's 2 weeks too
play.
because we didn't talk last
Yeah.
week about what we were playing. Yeah.
Man, all I've been playing is like the Cyber Sleuth. What's it called? Hacker's
Digimon.
Memory.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like not that far. Actually, I feel like I'm decently far, but not like as far as I should be. I've been kind of like, I love the Switch because of this. I like just pick it up whenever I like, oh, like a few minutes before bed or like in between like a break or something like that. Like it's so easy to like boot up and play.
Mm-hmm.
Especially now that I know that if I leave it off on menus, I can just like load up my Digimon or like level up my Digimon. It's like kind of those. I treat it like a mobile game almost. It's kind
Yeah.
of fun.
Like almost like a Pokemon
Yeah, the
Go
story,
to some
man,
extent.
the story is rough. I don't remember like
It being
most of.
this rough.
Yeah, I don't remember it being this rough. So this is like a retrospective where I'm like, man, like I do not care for the story at all. I'm just like just smash an A or like on my new controller, I have A mapped on this button, so I can just like literally don't even have to use my finger. I just keep on just smashing this.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, I just keep smashing A through everything, but I still love all the designs of all the Digimon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
and I don't know,
how does
like
it run on the Switch too?
it runs good. Like I don't think I've noticed any hiccups with it.
Okay, that's pretty good. Did it?
Yeah, it's
How did
pretty
it run on the
promising.
Switch One?
I didn't load it on the Switch one ever to play. I bought this specifically to play on the Switch too.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, I assumed it probably played all right. I bet you it was definitely a little bit laggier. I noticed like during the battles, if you like spam A lot, there is a little bit of like lag as you're switching turns. So I could imagine with the Switch One, it would be like way worse. Yeah, but in terms of like areas loading and stuff like that, super fast.
Okay, that's good. That's good that it actually has. It feels like it has some type of like maybe not an official kind of boost for Switch, but just the way the Switch Two is running it feels a little bit better.
Yeah. I feel like it'd probably run smoother if they actually did have a patch, but like I'm not looking for that realistically. Like this game's so old.
How old is it?
The original Time Stranger or the original Cyber Sleuth came out like, oh man, it was for sure a PS4 game.
Yeah, which
Let's
is
see,
crazy that that's old
2015.
now. PS4 feels like the other day.
2015, 10 years.
Dude, 2015 being 10 years ago is crazy.
Yeah, and then Hacker's Memory is 2017, and it is built on the same system. There's no way they like did anything in particular for visual upgrade or anything like that.
Are you still looking forward to the Time Strangers?
Maybe not. Maybe not as much. I feel like this
I feel
is
like it'd be
really
a good
broad.
Switch 2 game for you if it comes out on Switch 2.
Yeah, I think
Especially if you're traveling.
Yeah, I think it would be a good game to play on Switch too because it's so like low impact. Like you're just basically like training up your Digimon. Let's be real. I'm playing this so I can like visually inspect all the Digimon and like actually like fill out the whole library of them because there's like Digimon different like evolution paths. So you just have to like raise them. So I'm basically playing this like a Tamagotchi.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I did see in terms of movies and stuff, Jurassic World Rebirth.
Okay, how was that?
I loved it.
Really?
Like,
I heard it wasn't that great, but
okay,
how do you feel about Jurassic World?
listen. I love Jurassic Park. I thought the like, other than the first Jurassic World, the second two after that, I thought were real. Like, it got real wild. Like, I didn't really love it, but of course I watched it because I'm a fan of the movies. But this one, I actually really enjoyed.
Nice.
Yeah, you're back to the roots. You're on an island again. There's no like theme park. There's no like training raptors. There's none of that. Like
Okay.
it's back to
raw.
like a survival. There are like aspects of the movie that like obviously like you can nitpick.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it. I loved like back to the island, back to surviving. I could care less for the hybrid dinosaurs, but like, man, just seeing some of these old dinosaurs back on screen, all full CGI, which is kind of lame, but
Or what, you
I enjoyed
want them
it.
to bring actual dinosaurs up to the screen for you?
No, I like the animatronics,
Yeah, I
right?
know, I know.
Like
I'm just teasing
those are
you.
like, yeah, I want them to bring it back,
Yeah,
and then start an island, and then I'll go to it.
yeah, clone the
I'm gonna
dinosaurs.
make my own Jurassic World or Jurassic Park, but
Uh, my follow up question is, where is Jurassic Park Survival the game?
right, I'm no news.
No news. I thought for sure it was going to come out this year and line up with a movie release.
Yeah, I that's what I was thinking too. Like the whole time I was watching the movie, I'm like, where's like Jurassic Survive it's called. And like the last time I heard anything about it was actually on Instagram, cuz the Jurassic Park Survival um like Instagram is like the last thing I
And
heard.
what was said?
It was just the trailer for it, and that was 2023.
That's crazy. That's been that long?
Yeah, that was it's supposed to come out on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, and that was December 7th,
Ooh, yeah, it
2023.
was Game Awards 2023.
Yeah.
That's crazy. I didn't realize it's been that long since they announced it.
Wish list now.
Saber
Let me check the
Interactive.
website. Yeah, they're the guys that did what's it called? That one movie as well. The where you have to stay quiet. Quiet
Oh,
Place.
Quiet Place. Yeah.
So like, come on, man. I'm waiting. I'm
It
waiting.
looks really good. I think it might be a decent looking game if it delivers on what it's promising.
Yeah, nothing.
Are you going to watch
Nothing.
the Superman movie?
I don't think I am. So the trailer for the Superman movie played before Jurassic World, or
Yeah.
yeah, Jurassic World Rebirth. I like hated every minute of that trailer. Have you watched that trailer? That was the first time I watched it.
No, no.
And like I was like looking at it, I'm like, dude, this looks so bad
I might just
from
watch
the
it.
trailer.
I might just watch it because I'm really curious because it makes a lot of political commentary. So I really want, like, based on like modern, like current world events, I heard. So I want to see how it treats those. But as like a fan of like DC or whatever, I don't care about Superman. Like, I Superman's probably like one of my least interesting
Yeah,
superhero characters to me. Yeah.
I also agree. It's definitely not an interesting character to me at all. Like Batman be Superman, always Batman. Always gonna be
Oh, of
Batman.
course, dude. Batman is the GOAT. Yeah, yeah. I agree 100%.
Yeah, I just man, I don't know what like people are saying about the movie. I hear that it is pretty good in terms of like it's very entertaining. Like you leave the theater with like a smile and stuff like that. But like I don't know, like is this the direction that DC is going? I don't know if it'll be great. But again, I haven't seen the movie, so
Yeah, I'm curious enough to try that. If one of my friends is like, "Hey, do you want to go watch it?" I'll say yeah. But I don't know if I'm curious enough to try watch it. Like,
I'm way more interested in Fantastic Four.
yeah,
And this is coming from watching the world worst Fantastic Four movies. Like there was like three bad ones.
I'll be honest with you. If it wasn't for what's his name,
Pedro Pascal.
Pedro Pascal, I don't give a damn about Jurassic or not Jurassic Park or Fantastic Four, unless they bring back Jessica Alba.
Dude, they have Vanessa Kirby in this
Bro, Jessica Alba, Fantastic Four.
as Sue Storm.
Oh, bro, sign me up.
Yeah, I don't know. Like
Jessica
Vanessa
Alba's
Kirby's
44 years old. Holy smokes. Time
just
flies.
go. Dude, Sophia what's her
Vergara?
name?
Yeah, I saw it. I saw it. I saw it.
50 something and she's looking like that. Like what?
I saw that. I was like, what the hell?
I want her in as Sue Storm.
I look older than her, bro.
Dude, you look older than me.
I look older than everyone except for really old people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta play that game where we put a portrait of you and a portrait of someone that is, old. Okay. Are you older than Post Malone?
Probably.
Post Malone looks old too.
Post Malone looks old, but I'm pretty sure I'm older than Post Malone. Or I'm the same age as him. I'm older than Post Malone. Yeah. He's in 1995. July 1995. I'm older than him by like.
Now the question is, Who looks older, you or Post Malone?
I think I look older.
You think you look older? Hey, we'll have
Post
to put
Malone
it
looks
to a
old,
vote.
but he
We'll have to
doesn't
put
look
it to a
that.
vote.
He doesn't look that old. He just looks. I feel like he looks like his age, right? Like he's 30 now.
I don't know,
Just
man.
turned 30.
He looks like he's like 40.
No, I don't think Post Malone looks 40. I think he looks 30. I don't think actually the tattoos make him look younger.
You think so? Hey,
Yeah, I think
interesting.
they don't make him look as good as he would have otherwise. But I mean, teach their own, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he's a very good looking guy without all the ink on his face. I mean, I think he could have toned it down a bit, but
Yeah,
right.
yeah. So
I feel
yeah,
like
I
he's
watched.
gotten rid of some of those tattoos on his face and replaced them with other ones. It almost seems like.
You sure he just didn't add it?
No, some of them look like they're like not there anymore, and there's new ones there. Yeah, so like added it and changed what the tattoo is. Yeah.
So then, I watched Jurassic World Rebirth. I also watched a completely random movie, Eden. Have you heard of this movie? I did
No,
not hear anything about it.
no, I don't know what you're
But
even talking about.
dude, the cast list is crazy in it. So I was like just looking at like releases that came out recently online.
This is a 2024 movie, right?
Yeah, it was a 2024 movie. Jude Law is in it.
Okay.
Vanessa Kirby is in it. Daniel Bruhl, who plays Zemo in Marvel, is in it. Sydney Sweeney is in it.
Yes.
Anna de Armas is in
I
it.
see that. Yeah.
So like, let's be real. I watched it for Sydney Sweeney and Anna de Armas.
How is this? How did I not know this movie existed?
Dude, it's like crazy. It's based on a true story of a few European settlers that like try and settle Florinia in the Galapagos Islands near in Ecuador.
Mm-hmm.
And it's based on a true story, and these guys are like all effed up.
And did it work out? No, well, don't spoil the movie.
I don't want to spoil the movie, but like it's based on the interaction between the three families there.
Mm.
I thought it was like a very slow burning movie, so I had to watch it in 3 separate parts. But I'm glad I watched it because it's fascinating to me.
I'm
like
gonna
these
throw that on my
early
list,
settlers.
man.
Yeah, like
that's cool.
You might want to split up the watch because it is very slow, I find, but I thought it was a very well done movie.
That's cool. I am down to watch that for sure.
Yeah, I also watched on a completely different vein. I did also watch Ballerina, which is like the John Wick. Yeah, John Wick.
Yeah,
John Wick spin-off with Anna de Armas. That one was terrible.
was it?
Yeah, I just feel like the story was very weak. Like if you want to watch it for like the John Wick combat, then it's great. But like in terms of a story that it tells, like it's like a revenge plot. There's nothing special to it. Yeah.
Was there anything else you watched?
No, I mean Ironheart I finished, but it was garbage. Don't watch it. Yeah. The only good scene in there is when you know the guy who plays what's his name? He plays like the satirical characters. What he's fuck, I forget the name of the movie. Borat.
Oh, Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah, yes, he's in it, and spoiler alert. He's finally introduced as Mephisto, which is like the MCU version of like the devil.
Okay.
And the scenes that he's in are great.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
that's cool.
that was the only like good part to Ironheart.
Yeah, don't worry. I wasn't gonna watch it anyway, but thanks for saving me the time.
Yeah, you just have to know he's in the MCU now. Wonderfully portrayed by him. Like the only character that worth watching it for. Literally.
Okay.
If you watch his few scenes, I think he shows up mainly in the last episode. It's great. He plays like a wonderful Mephisto, I think.
Eric Andre is in this movie too, in the show, the miniseries too. I'm looking at
in Ironheart.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm looking at this cast list. Yeah, interesting. Derwin, did you wanted to talk a little bit about that controller?
Yeah. So iFixit did a teardown of your Switch 2 Pro controller.
Mm-hmm.
Did you get a chance to watch it at all?
No, I didn't.
Man, it's some bad news. Repairability on that is garbage.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of things that the iFixit guys wanted to like get through to the public. One, it's like super, super crappy to try and replace your
Sorry,
battery
Billy,
in
can
it.
you give me a second? Just one
Yep.
second. Yo, sorry. My kid was crying and I didn't know what was going on, so I had to go check.
Yeah, no, all good.
Yeah, so
Um,
let me grab the controller while we're talking.
yeah.
So, repairability on the controller is bad.
Yeah, it's bad. So you have to get through a huge layer of adhesive, which is which is kind of where you see that curve around the handles. You have to like heat it up, take the plate off. There's a bunch of screws to get through, hidden screws as well, and then you have to like basically pull out the whole board in order to then replace the battery. So that's
Okay.
the first thing. Second thing, the joysticks are potentiometers, which are also prone to
Drift.
drifting.
Shit. That sucks. It's one of my favorite controllers. I really, really love this thing. I love the way it feels. I love the way the buttons press. I love the feedback they give you on all of them. The face buttons, the triggers. It has back paddles. I love the
Mm-hmm.
sticks themselves. I think they feel very good. Even the directional pad feels good. It
Dude,
is
yeah.
all this stuff you're telling me is unfortunate.
Yeah, it's
But
bad news. Would you buy it again? You would?
that's serious. Depends. If this thing breaks in 2 months, probably not.
Yeah, like longevity
If
is
in
like
two
I'm a
years,
little bit worried about.
if in 2 years it dies, I'll go buy another one.
Yeah. I went the opposite route. I picked up this
Yes,
during the Prime Day
which
sale.
looks very similar to this.
Yeah. It's very light though. I do have to say, like, it's probably one of the lightest controllers I own. Is it lighter?
How much did you spend on it?
$30.
Mm-hmm.
Literally a way better controller. It's definitely even lighter than the DualSense,
Yep,
which is I feel
that's
pretty
pretty good.
light.
$30 for that. Yeah,
Yeah, $30. Dude, the sound of these triggers, can you hear it?
nice, nice.
Oh, dude, these are like my favorite are like right and left bumper buttons
Yeah,
to
these
date. Like
the sound on
the
this is different. It's like no sound. The push feels very different,
dude,
which I actually like. But we'll see. Yeah,
I love the clickiness of these buttons. There's programmable R4 buttons. So
nice.
like these ones you can remap to anything. There's no back paddles.
Oh,
If
that
you get
sucks.
the ultimate edition, then there is, but I actually kind of prefer it not. Because I feel like I accidentally will click the back
Yeah, these
buttons.
ones are really nice. They're better than I find them better than the Xbox
Yeah.
back paddles. Those ones I'll accidentally click a lot.
Yeah. I actually don't even have mine attached.
Yeah, I usually take them off unless I absolutely want them for a COD or something.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't use it. Ergonomics wise, it's a little bit small. I find that it's the same size as the Switch controller,
I
but
find this
I
is
just
small
find it a
too.
little bit small.
There's like
Yeah,
this portion over here, I would like it to be a little bit padded because when I hold it, there's like almost a gap here, I feel like.
yeah. I feel like I overreach basically because
Yeah,
my finger. Same with
yeah,
my fingers. Like
yeah, yeah,
it can
same
reach
here.
the top of that. But Hall effect joysticks as well, so won't won't run into that issue.
Ooh, beauty.
And dude, it's like $30. Like way better value. The only thing that you don't get is like the amiibo support. It doesn't have NFC in there, but it does have like the movement
Mm.
and the directional pad is pretty solid. I don't know. I don't really use that too often, but the joysticks feel great and the right bumper and left bumper feels great.
Does it come in other colors?
Comes in I think on Amazon it comes in pink as well. So, you should get one for Aisha.
Oh, pink one? Yeah, I can see there's a pink one here. Oh, it's regular $1.44? Man.
Yeah, it's a cheap controller, and I honestly would rather pick up two of these than the Pro
I
controller.
was
I
I was
feel.
thinking about buying another controller for my Switch because now I have like the four Joy-Cons and I have the Pro controller, but like my fourth controller is like this wired GameCube controller, which I really like as a GameCube controller, but it kind of sucks that it's wired.
Mhm.
So yeah, I've been thinking about picking up something else.
Dude, you should pick up one of these. I'm like super super happy with it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
or you
really
can get
cool.
like the alt. Just make sure when you do search it. I hate the naming of these controllers though.
Yeah, I do
So the
too.
name is the 8-bit Dough 2C. That's like the cheaper variant, which is the one I got. You have to choose the Bluetooth, not the wireless one. The wireless one is for like PC and for like
Oh, so you need
yeah,
the
so
Bluetooth one. I'm looking at the
yeah.
wireless one. Yeah, thank God. That's why I
The
see there's
wireless
one
one is cheaper. So you have to look for the 8-bit Dough or yeah, 8-bit Do
8-bit
uh
though. Yeah.
2C Bluetooth. not
What's
the
the one with
wireless.
the comes with a USB drive? Is that the Bluetooth one?
No, that's the wireless one.
Mm,
Yeah, and then they also have the Ultimate 2, which also is the same thing. They have the wireless one and they have the Bluetooth one. And the Bluetooth one is the only one that works with the Switch. The
okay.
wireless one, you have to I think if it will work, but you have to plug it into the dock,
Okay.
which you won't be able to if you're in handheld mode, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
So yeah, I really love this controller. The price
Okay.
is perfect, I
The
think,
price
for
price is really fair, I think. Yeah, based on what you're saying there. Sounds really, really. Do these guys make GameCube shaped controllers?
they make SNES shaped
I've
controllers.
seen those, yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen a GameCube controller.
Because I really want to get another GameCube controller that's like wireless, but I don't know if I want to spend the money for the official one from Nintendo from
Yeah,
their
I'm
store.
looking at some of the Sorry, I'm looking at the Amazon one. They have a Power A one, which is wireless as well, but it's $84. So you might as well
Hmm.
buy the actual one, right? At that price.
Yeah, the Power A one is 84 if you buy the purple one, but if you buy the black one, the black one is I think wired. That's why. Yeah, the black one's wired, so it's 40.
Yeah.
So the
Why would
$85 one, it's like it looks exactly like the just purple. It looks very similar to the official Nintendo one. So I don't know and it's the same price. So right, you might as well just buy the first party one, I
yeah,
guess.
it just makes more sense, I feel.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's it for this week. You got anything else? Oh, I guess we could do a little bit of show. What is it called when you go to
Show and
school?
tell.
Show and tell. So I got this in the mail. I did not know I was going to get this in the mail. I completely forgot I ordered this. We talked about it on the podcast, but I got my God of War 20th anniversary retrospective art book little copy thing. So I thought, you know what? Why don't we open it on the actual podcast?
I was gonna ask, like, are you opening that? Are
I
you
was
gonna
gonna
keep it
say,
as a
do I keep
collector's
it
item?
sealed or do I open it? But like, if I could, this is what we're gonna do. If I could go on Amazon right now and I could still buy it right now, 20th God of War anniversary retrospective. If I could buy it right now, then I'm gonna open it and I can buy it right now and it'll
Yeah,
deliver tomorrow. So that tells me there's no shortage of these things, and
it, it isn't rare.
it isn't rare. So you know what? Let's have some fun here. If I could, give me a second. I'm not gonna lie, this thing is heavy. Like
Yeah,
really
it looks
heavy.
hefty.
Yeah. I feel like I need to treat myself. I can't just freaking everything is sealed, bro. Everything in my house is sealed. It's like, man, I wanna.
It's like the people that have everything in their lives saran wrapped.
Yeah. Alrighty, let's take this plastic wrap off. Holy smokes, man! It's a big freaking. So there's two versions of this, right? There is the one that comes with there's the deluxe version that comes with the two art books and a couple of like printouts with something else here. I don't know what this other thing is. What is the? I don't really know what it comes with. Some other little book, and then I just have the
Isn't
one
it a
that.
vinyl as well?
No, there's no vinyl. You know what I actually also want to buy? I want to buy the Oh, there's the God of War Ragnarok Deluxe Edition. I want to buy the Metroid Prime 1 and 3 retrospective one. Anyway, yeah. No, I got the basic one with the two books. So there's the Greek saga, as you could see here. I took the top off. It's kind of hard to see if the camera's. Holy, it smells like old paper. Yeah, so I took the this cover piece off right now. And there is a Greek saga book. Bro, this feels like it's like an old book. You know what I mean? It feels like it's a really. Oh, it looks like I do have the better version one. Yeah, so that's that Greek saga. Let's open up, see what pages look like. I mean, this is like there's a lot in here, right? It's not just like artwork. It talks about like some of the development cycle of the original game, of the original games in the Greek saga concept. It looks like it's really high quality stuff. So it looks really really cool. Just some cutouts over here, and then we could look at the. Bro, you should see what this smells like. It almost smells like it's like an old collection of books. Like they intentionally made the paper and stuff smell like I just walked across like an old damp library.
Damn.
Yeah. No, really. Like this is interesting. And then they have, of course, the Norse saga with all the Norse God of War stuff. Artwork talks about the development, talks about marketing.
Damn, that thing's pretty cool. I'll have to
Yeah.
check it out next time I'm
Like
over.
here's a big picture of Bear McCreary, who is the composer on one side, and I can't remember the kid who acts as Atreus on the bottom there, and Kratos on the right, with the studio head in the middle. Yeah. So sorry, the kid's name is Sonny Suliich. I forgot his name. Yeah, with Christopher Judge and Corey Barlog. And yeah, so I guess I did buy the more deluxe version of it, which comes with this as well. And it has these two little, on photo paper, these two kind of art pieces. But yeah, I don't know. This is a really cool product. I wonder if there's anything else in here. I think that's it. For
The
sure,
look on
very
your
high
face,
quality. Huh?
the look on your face when you smelled that.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like I don't know, they added this scent to it for sure. Yeah, really cool stuff. I feel like all the collector's art books I have are either something from Software or God of War. I just have like all the God of War stuff or the From Software stuff every time.
Pretty
Yeah,
amazing.
so it looks like I do have the more two pieces of slipscape contains exclusive new art cover design for each book. Design guided edges, riveted spines, blah blah blah. Two lithographs. Yeah, I don't know why I bought the more expensive version. It doesn't seem like it has that much more than the cheaper one. But I think maybe the actual contents of the art book are different from the sounds of it.
Yeah, I'd rather have the more complete version.
That's what it looks like. It looks like the actual content of the art book, but it is significantly more expensive. The other one is $130 regular, and
Mm-hmm.
this one that I have is $220. But if I do recall correctly, they were like on sale or something. I think LeBabins had posted the one time, and that's when I got it. So I didn't get it for that much. I got it for less.
Oh, you got it for the discounted price. Yeah, I mean that's probably worth it.
Yeah. So beautiful little nifty piece over here, and on the back end has the Norse mythology and the
Greek mythology.
Greek mythology. That's it, man. I think it's time to get going here. That is it for this week's episode of the Slow Run Cast. If you enjoyed this show, please don't forget to leave us a good review on Spotify or like or comment on YouTube or Spotify or Apple, wherever you prefer to listen to your podcast. We are on all three of those platforms at the Slow Run Cast. Our last episode on YouTube was actually our best one so far. So that was really good. It would just be nice if people left like comments or likes more on that episode, because it also does help. But we were getting a little bit more viewership on that one. Yeah, at the Slow Run Cast everywhere you get your podcast. Do you have anything else there, Derwin?
Nope. I'm excited. I'm man, I don't know how to say. I was like, oh, I'm bonanza.
You're bonanza for Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Yeah.
Yeah, finally get to use your Switches. Yeah, for something other than Mario Kart. We could stop recording. I'm going to tell you who I had in mind for the Epstein list, but I don't want to get in trouble. So maybe stop the recording. But that's who I'm thinking is on the Epstein list when we were talking about the FBI and, Nintendo, or they were taking down that piracy site.
Okay. Should probably say bye first, and then
Bye first,
we'll
yeah.
we'll bleep all.
I'm not getting in trouble. I'm not even leaving this as like an after episode, like after credits like thing. No, you're not going to get to hear this. This is just for Derwin. All right, guys.
All right.
Peace
See
out.
ya.
Take care.